He, yeah, well, I've been thinking. Yes, I know that's novel, but God's Balls, the greatest album of all time. Yeah, I tend to believe that, but I played something yesterday. Oh, for the first time in, oh God, I don't know. Let's just say I wouldn't call it a love-hate relationship with David Bowie, but he could leave, he could leave, he ran hot and cold to me, There are certain periods um, that really appeal to me, like The Man Who Sold the World and um, Life on Mars period, I really love. And then he went totally off to me, like Peanuts makes me sick, just rubbish. And I just couldn't get into Diamond Dogs or Aladdin Sane. I hated the covers for starters, really ugly, um, just ugly shit looking covers. A couple of good tracks on each album. Panic in Detroit, I like. Cracked Actors, okay. But that left me cold. But what really got me back into Bowie was I revisited Ziggy Stardust album, and in about what 75, and I thought, oh, maybe I should give Bowie another chance, and then I bought Young Americans, which I don't have at the moment. I had it, and I went, wow, he's like Plastic Soul, call it what you want, but man, I really, really like that. And then the two killer albums in a row, Station to Station, and this is the greatest album of all time for me today. This is so great, you know. Um, what can you say? It's just, this came out in '77. Must have been early '77 because Heroes came out the same year. Um, there's that thing called the Berlin Trilogy, and I don't get that. I don't buy that at all. This, is so great. It is almost 40 years later. It's, I wouldn't say ahead of its time. It's no longer ahead of its time, but it certainly has a contemporary feel and also a nostalgic feel. A bit like Kraftwerk in that, um, to me, Kraftwerk and Bowie at this time were the future, and they still are to me. Just that's just personal, and yet there's a nostalgic aspect to it. But oh man, yeah, greatest album of all time. That's today's choice. So on that note, I'll piss off.